The Small Business Development Center officially launched. A former minister and MP giving his take on the Grand Bahama economy. And the Falcons are ready for Junior Junkanoo.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening all, I'm Shashina Roll-Farquharson. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news, a concerted effort is underway to promote the development of the small business sector throughout the country. Last night, scores of aspiring entrepreneurs and small business owners gathered at the launch of the Access Accelerator Small Business Development Program. The Deputy Prime Minister telling those in attendance that the ideas of Bahamians are worth exploring and that the government is willing to invest. Ramiko Knowles was there.
We want successful Bahamians. We do not want successful PLPs or FNMs or DNAs. We want successful Bahamians.
The Deputy Prime Minister says that the Small Business Development Program is the center stone of the government's campaign to stimulate Bahamian ownership. He says that it is designed to take entrepreneurs from inception to financing.
When I presented the government's budget last year, we committed to pumping $5 million into micro, small, and medium-sized businesses, with a promise that most of the money would go directly to entrepreneurs. Today, we are making good on that promise. I am pleased to announce that through the efforts of the SBDC and its partners, we have leveraged that $5 million in order to secure up to $9 million worth of financing for small businesses across the country.
Some 5 persons have already gone through the program and have reached the financing stage. The Minister of Finance says whilst they are interested in assisting persons who want to open up traditional businesses, they are looking for an entrepreneur who can come up with an innovative idea utilizing some of our sustainable renewable resources.
We've had programs that provided entrepreneurship training, but access to capital for new business was nearly impossible to secure. There have been programs that offered financing, but mentorship was non-existent. The Small Business Development Center takes a holistic approach that considers the full range of needs that entrepreneurs have in Grand Bahama. So Grand Bahama, I want us to spread the word and put the SBDC to work, because they are here for you.
The night ending with members of the Small Business Development Program signing contracts. Ramiko Knowles, ZNS Network News.
A former Minister of Housing under the Ingram's administration and former Member of Parliament for High Rock, Kenneth Russell, giving his take on the Grand Bahama economy. Tonight he outlines the areas that he thinks the government should focus on and why 2019 must be the year of economic resurgence for this island. Stagnant. That's the word former Minister of Housing and Member of Parliament for High Rock, Ken Russell, uses to describe the state of Grand Bahama's economy. But he believes that there are some things that can revive this island, and he says 2019 might just be the year.
I think that Grand Bahama's going to turn around, or start to turn around this year, in real tangible turnaround. I'm not talking about seeing a few more numbers of tourists coming in. I'm not talking about someone building a small place hiring 20 people. I'm talking about thousands and thousands of persons. I'm talking about us really moving the way we did back in the 60s and early 70s.
You think that's going to happen this year? How so?
Yes, I do. Well, I believe the Lord told me so. I believe that there are people working on that movement right now.
He says many say it, but sometimes he wonders if they really do realize that Grand Bahama is the key to the success of this country.
And if we can move Grand Bahama forward, remove the blindness of our eyes, remove the pettiness about each other, remove the hatred for one another, and start doing things for the betterment of the people, yes, Grand Bahama could really become the catalyst for the whole Bahamas and the most outstanding country in the entire Caribbean by far, and not just because of tourism. Tourism will increase tremendously and other things will happen, but there got to be some injection of new blood, new minds, and new money.
Russell, who has been involved in politics for some 15 years, says the time has come for the government to focus on investors who want to come here.
The days of bringing these, all these big incentives and these big benefits that these investors get should be a thing of the past. Should be a thing of the past. We got hotels here now that have the benefits. They're moving forward. We're now at a point where we can see ourselves at the end of the day coming out of the rut that we're in, and now we just start to be thinking about reducing those incentives, reducing those benefits, and to do that, people got to be interested in coming.
He contends that he is hopeful that 2019 is Grand Bahama's year for a serious breakthrough.
I believe that the government could do some things differently and better, in my opinion. And I believe that over the next couple of months into this year, I believe we can see a different approach with the government on Grand Bahama, because Grand Bahama is almost at rock bottom, and the government now have to seriously look at new things and stuff like that. But we always remember this, and I hope the government remembers this, that they don't have the money to do the things that needs to be done to cause Grand Bahama to turn around. Okay? One hotel sale will not do it. Two hotel sales will not do it. You need to look at Grand Bahama, or if not Grand Bahama, Freeport, as a whole.
Switching gears now, they are known as the D Squad, 11 fire officers completing an intense fire training course. Their overall goal is ensuring safe communities. A graduation ceremony held at the Albert Miller Fire Station on Cathedral Boulevard this morning. Italia Hall was there.
The officers beaming with pride after 6 weeks of rigorous training. Inspector Eli Ariska says officers began their basic fire training course some 6 weeks ago, adding that the course was designed to give the new fire officers the practical and cognitive training needed to operate safely in the event of a fire.
The training focused on intense hands-on approach to firefighting, which promotes both skill, competency, and an understanding of the fire ground. Classroom instructions, along with the physical and practical evolutions, cover topics such as fire attack and suppression techniques.
Assistant Commissioner of Police Samuel Butler congratulating the group, telling them that they must continue to pursue excellence.
As you adorn yourself in the uniform, adorn yourself with the spirit of excellence. Whatever you're asked to do, do it to the best of your ability. Please remember that the community is depending upon you. As our vision for Royal Bahamas Police Force is to create safer community. And much of that depends upon you.
Butler also admonishing the officers to embrace every learning opportunity from their superiors.
Learn the proper things from them. Don't take it for granted. The experience you see today will slowly move off the scene. And what you gravitate to, it is what will be left behind. And so, I want you to have a hunger and thirst about this learning and embracing learning and embracing opportunity.
Constable Corey Turner giving an address on behalf of D Squad. He says they admire every officer in the fire department as they received a great wealth of knowledge.
Not only about their firefighting skills and safety, but also about money, finances, and saving.
Certificates were then presented to the officers of the fire brigade. Italia Hall, ZNS Network News.
The Emission Express has arrived on Grand Bahama and is now anchored some 5 miles out of the Freeport harbor and is reportedly guarded by 2 tugboats. You may recall that the vessel was on its way to Halifax, Canada from Sri Lanka when fire erupted in one of the containers on January 3rd, and a decision was made to divert the ship to Grand Bahama. ZNS News has learned that the vessel arrived late Wednesday, sailing under its own power with the assistance of a tug. Fire officials from Hapag-Lloyd are expected to join other experts to conduct an investigation into the cause of the fire. Unconfirmed reports say some of the cargo on board the Emission Express will be shipped out of Grand Bahama sometime next week. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Stay with us. There's more news right after the break.